Okay, hi, I'm Chris Lawrence. I'm Treasurer of the London South branch of the BCS, the Chartered Institute for IT. I've been Treasurer for 12 years, which is probably too long. But prior to that, I was branch chairman for 4 years, and I managed to find a new recruit to take over as chairman. But unfortunately, the treasurer left at the same time, so it was obvious I'd step into the role of treasurer. The treasurer is a much more well-defined role. It's clear what the treasurer does. You do the budgeting for the next year and you track the spending, whereas the chairman role is much more open-ended. There's you can get sudden demands from HQ for some information, or there's a sudden initiative to to link up with somebody that can take a lot of time. It can of course be more challenging and more rewarding, but I prefer to measure or to I'm wary of over-committing on time, shall I say. In the treasurer role, the year starts about now, really. In the actual financial year is September to August, but planning starts now, and the email arrives from headquarters saying, please submit the draft budget. It's due by the end of this month. I then prepare a draft and circulate that to the other committee members. It is always based on what we did last year, really, because the detailed planning for the meetings and any other events hasn't actually happened yet, so it's what we might do. The budget's prepared on that basis, and that goes in for approval. Sometimes we get what we ask for, and sometimes we get a little less, but that's life. We never actually run out of money yet. We got close to it, I think last year was the closest we ever been to the exceeding our budget. It looks okay for this year, so I'm quite happy with that. I mean, my role in work is that of a project manager, so I like forming a plan and I like sticking to it. So a budget is a bit like a plan, and I'm quite happy when it works out, and if we spend close to the budgeted amount, just under is ideal, then I get a satisfaction that we've followed the plan, we've done what I intended, and that's a certain satisfaction in that. In terms of being in the committee in general, I believe that the branches provide a link between the general membership and headquarters, and I think holding the regular meetings that we do with the speaker and obviously a number of the branch members attend to form the audience. I think this is a worthwhile activity, and that's why I'm prepared to support it as treasurer. Yes, I joined the BCS, I think it was 1977. I was a postgrad student at Manchester University, and it seemed an ideal thing. I needed something on my CV, I guess, as everyone. I think that is the big incentive for the student. You get to this point on the job application form where it says, professional memberships or professional bodies, and it's good to have something in there. So I filled in the application form. I think I joined as an associate member. When I got back down south, down to Croydon, I started attending meetings. I realised the value of them and of the networking sessions. Eventually, or after a few years, I volunteered to become education liaison officer with the branch, as that's where the vacancy was. We used to do careers evenings at a number of schools. I progressed through that with the BCS to write many careers leaflets, describing the various roles in IT. These were used by the BCS for a number of years. So I guess I feel a certain affinity, so having been branch chairman and treasurer for too many years, that's where my professional loyalty lies, I think.